The Southlake Dragons are led by head coach Bruce Brady, assistant coaches Justin Anderson and Nick Segre. The Highland Park Scots are led by head coach Mike Russell, assistant coaches Matt Dunn, Spencer Parks, Jacob Stover, and Tatum Clapper. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and raise your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, it takes more than excuses. It takes more than just giving yourself a pass. There are only so many champions in the world. And true champions understand what dedication and hard work really is. True champions understand if you're gonna be a lion, you got to know what it means to go through the jungle. You can't pretend or fake it just to make it, to be a champion. When everybody else is sleeping, the champion is the one that wakes up. The champion gets up before the sun comes up. The champion is the one that never lets the sun catch them sleeping. There will become a time when you have to realize that you got to put in the work and you got to understand that if you're going to do it, you better do it with the right attitude. Because attitude is what's going to take to get you to the level that you need to be and beyond it. Champions don't just come overnight. Champions have to grow. Champions have to work. Champions have to dig. Champions have to believe. Champions don't have time to wait around for something to happen on its own. Being a champion takes work, grit, and understanding.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ninth wonder of the world, Highlander Stadium on the beautiful campus of Highland Park High School, home of the reigning, defending THSLL Highland Park Scots. And I tell you what, Ben, it feels good to be home. Tonight, it's win or go home. It's the playoffs, and it's the Scots versus the Dragons. Next on Game On Sports. Hello, everyone. I'm Heckman Harrison alongside Ben Cook. And Ben, adversity is a 9-letter word, but it was a dish that was served cold to our boys on Thursday night. And I tell you what, we'll see if it digested well over the last week.
Yeah, there's no doubt that loss, 1-goal loss to EST, has been sitting with the Scots in their minds all week. And, as you said, this is win or go home mentality. And the Scots tonight, I'm sure, will be dialed up as these postseason games will take us to the road to repeat, but it's not going to be without a challenge from the Dragons tonight. We know they're a competitive team. We played them to an 11-6 victory the last time we saw them, but with a very talented face-off man and a talented goalie and a number of players receiving postseason accolades. Southlake's going to bring some competition tonight, but from what I understand, the way the guys have been practicing this week, they are ready and fired up.
Ben, if there's a team that I can think that could handle the adversity of losing that last game, it's the Scots. And I'm sure that Coach Mike Pressler had a very rough week of practice. But these guys, sometimes it comes at the right time.
You know, there's something to be said for a late season loss. It refocuses you. It makes you think about your weaknesses and where you need to work on things and focus on your strengths at the same time. And, you know, if you're going to drop one, obviously it's painful to lose to a rival like ESD. But, look, you know, there are opportunities to build on a game like that and regain momentum. And I think, you know, the Scots with that experience will come out with a bit of fire tonight.
It's the Scottish Rite face-off here on Game On Sports, and Shinoy and Allen are down at the X, and possession going to go the other way for the Dragons. The last time we saw the Dragons, Ben, they drew first blood. They got on the board first.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they have very capable offensive players, and you know, we've got a very large player in number 40, Julian Monero, whose brother is playing at West Point. Monero is a two-sport athlete, plays a defensive end for the Southlake Dragon football team, and very capable shooter, and a size to contend with down inside. But yeah, the Dragons are very capable, and our defense is going to have their work cut out for them tonight. As we see an errant pass there, just goes over the end line. Jack Morris getting the start tonight in the cage for the Scots.
Yes, number 32, Jack Morris with the start, and plenty of experience. On the side of the Scots as they finally get an opportunity here on offense. The rotation is on. The freshman Harrison Brown working in between the alley. Pass out to the far side to number 21, Paxton Smith. A great check there at the last minute. Going to take the ball off the head of the stick, but that is a great job on the far side. I believe that's number 19, Duncan Zilke, chasing down the loose ball.
Yeah, sometimes an opportunity to move the ball quickly and find an open man with some unsettled play there, but Southlake there to quickly snuff out any kind of opportunity for the Scots.
Look at that. Great shot inside by number 20, Harris Sands.
Yeah, a lot of heat on that one. Just goes a bit wide. Scots there to retain possession with the backup on that shot.
8 seconds there on the shot clock. Harris Sands, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Shot attempt, bouncer, good. Freshman with the magic stick tonight.
You know, Harrison Brown getting the start tonight, which is huge. Obviously, he's a freshman and great speed. As we take a look at this replay here, he fakes going right and then comes back to his left, and that high bouncer is a difficult one for Jackson Taylor. Scots go up by a score of 1-0.
And you've made me appreciate these guys that have the ability to go left and right, and you have a freshman that can cook it like that, man, and way to spin it there for Harrison Brown.
Yeah, outstanding effort, just athleticism and great stick work ability. And we get a win by Cooper Tilden.
Excuse me, I said John Allen before at the X, and that's number 17, Cooper Tilden. How could I forget Cooper Tilden down at the X? I gave John Allen a opportunity. Boy, I tell you, it's been a long week, okay? It's been a long week. Here I go. I'm back on track. I'm back in the Park Cities. I know where I am now.
Yeah, John Allen would take a face-off win if he could. He'd love to get that in the scoring sheets. But Cooper Tilden, you know, the Williams commit, obviously a strong face-off man and early it looks like Southlake is switching up their face-off personnel. We know Neil Chenoy is headed to Vermont and very talented at that face-off position. Southlake mixing it up a little bit tonight.
And for me, man, it's good to see Parker Addison back in the starting lineup. I know he's been out nursing an injury over the last couple of weeks. Man, this is a guy, him and that guy, Duncan Zilke. These are two guys that I believe feed off of one another. And it's good to have all of your guns back together. And that's a shot from Harris Sands. Looked like he had a clear opportunity there to get it behind the net, but just goes over the top of the net. 13 seconds now on the shot clock. What if Duncan Zilke is aware? He's trying to get back top side. I think we're just going to dump this one.
Yeah, smart play just to dump it and set up for the Highland Park ride. And it's like Highland Park moving into the 10-man ride as Jack Morris presses out and plays defense back in Scott's territory. This is going to force Southlake to make some long passes, which can be very difficult to do.
And we saw that press presenting a lot of problems to the Dragons the last time they played here.
Yep.
Coming dangerously close right now to a failure to advance.
Got to dump it, and they do, and that's going to be a failure to advance. Scots will take over.
Rex Duggan, he's just stuck there at the 40-yard line. Nothing he can do in fast pace immediately for the Scots. Up by 1, 8:07 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, our previous matchup with Southlake, we saw first quarter shooting in bunches by the Scots, 11 shots in that first quarter, and just 2 goals to show for it on great goaltending by Jackson Taylor.
Parker Addison trying to get back topside in position. Shot attempt and a save. Opportunity there to see number 8 knock off some of the rust. He's been out for a few weeks, getting in to take that first shot. I'm sure that's got to feel good for Parker, just, being back in the saddle again after missing so many weeks.
Yeah, back in the saddle, as you put it, getting a little dirt on you and finding the carpet there, that's going to get your head straight and your mind back in the game, and good to see him out here tonight for sure.
Sam Sheehan standing in the middle of the field, getting the outlet pass to the far side. Paxton Smith defending on the far side as well. Harrison Wheeler with great defense running through and around screens, having a cutoff at the crease, trying to find his way back topside, and that is the defensive setting, pretty much letting these guys know that if you try and step in here and step into that double team, physically, we're going to put some paint on you.
That was a welcome to Highland Park Scots Stadium, and that move to get topside is met with a brick wall, and Harrison Wheeler just dropped the boom there. Clean hit above the waist, and forces a turnover, and Scots are able to retain possession, move it down the field quickly, set up for another round of 6-on-6. But that, setting the tone with physicality can send a message, and there's no doubt that's been part of the practice this week.
I think the most upsetting thing about last Thursday is they out-ussed us. They did us. And we saw them set the tone physically, and we just could not bounce back from that. I'm glad to see that the attention to detail is here tonight on just setting the tone defensively. And you saw it right there when that Dragon tried to get back topside. The rotation is on. Cam Riley standing in the middle of the field. That's a pass back to Parker Addison. Parker just not able to handle the pass. Another fight for the loose ball.
Yeah, Scott's going full pressure on, down low, trying to regain possession and just can't handle it. Southlake will take over.
As you stated, there has been a change in between the pipes. Number 32, Jack Morris, getting the start here tonight for the Scots.
Southlake looking to turn this into a foot race there towards the goal. Can't make the pass, and that ball going out of bounds. Scots will take over.
2 errant passes there by the Dragons, just not sharp on offense starting out for Southlake.
Yeah, Highland Park putting a lot of pressure, trying to shut off those adjacent passes, and doing a great job making it difficult for Southlake to find those open lanes.
Ben Owens and Harrison Cullum working the clear, finally with the clear. Now the Scots setting up their offense. 4:26 left in the first quarter. Scots up by a goal, scored by number 28, Harrison Brown.
Yeah, good to see the movement. Want to see continuous movement. We want to see, crisp passes and an execution of an offense which is intended to make it difficult for Southlake to track that movement as we see a shot go wide from Paxton Smith.
Paxton Smith with the shot attempt does not reset the shot clock. Harrison Brown here on the near side goal line extended.
Want to keep that ball moving and work it back to X, to Duncan Zilke.
For cutters right now, guys, just kind of standing around. But also for
inside at 5 seconds there on the shot clock. Parker gets the shot off. And that ball will be dumped with the intent to set up for the ride. As Highland Park moves into that 10-man ride situation, and you can see Southlake looking for an open pass.
Finally get the pass off to number 1, Max Bouchaw. Bouchaw on the run, finally with the clear. Trying to get back inside. Hudson Jones defending for the Scots. All the way up top on Bouchaw.
Yeah, Bouchaw's got the short stick matchup, and as an attackman, you want to see that as an opportunity to potentially make a move towards the goal.
Looking at a cutter inside, they miss their opportunity, still able to corral the loose ball. We're at 30 seconds on the shot clock. Dustin Jones running around the screen.
Great double by Harrison Wheeler, and no flag. The flag comes late.
Wow.
Yeah, great defensive effort by Harrison Wheeler, maybe a bit too aggressive, and we see the replay here. He's going to catch the Southlake player from behind, force him to the ground, and ref is there to call the 30-second technical push with possession. Scots will go on man down defense for the first time tonight.
First time man up opportunity for Southlake as they bring the ball in play from the far side. Communication going on right now down on the field for the Scots. Not trying to allow any cutters in between the soft spot of that defense.
Yeah, in the previous game, we saw Southlake score in a couple man-up opportunities, and they did that by piercing the interior of our defense, finding a man open. So I suspect after watching film, we'll adjust, and we see Harrison Cullen come in as the penalty expires, and the Scots are ultimately able to take over.
Great way to burn that penalty. Loose ball on the far side. That's a little careless. Got to get inside as quick as possible. Trying to get back topside. Again, that was just an errant pass on this side defensively after burning that penalty.
Yeah, a bit of a hasty move there, and probably be better served to run the ball and get to open space and make a pass. But Scots are going to have to stiffen up here on 6-on-6D.
Bouchaw with the move, and like you said, shorty on shorty.
Yeah, Bouchaw knows that slide's coming, and he's able to shoot with his left hand. He's a right-handed player. It's a great shot for the sophomore.
The sophomore with the far side pole. He hits it inside, and we are tied up 1-12. And we are tied at 1 apiece, and that was a move by Bouchard, making his way back inside. He was going with his move the entire time, Ben. He was not looking to pass.
Yeah, I've watched Bouchard play for the last several years, and he has got a shake and bake move that is deceptive. And you see Neil Chenoy win the face-off there from Cooper Tilden.
Chenoy took a little bit of a shoulder, thought he was on his way out of bounds. Great physicalness down there on the field, Harrison Wheeler.
See face-off personnel leave the Scots territory and set up for 6-on-6 defense as the ball finds the carpet.
Trying to chase that loose ball down, and that's a good job by Alexander Shado.
And a great opportunity to press.
Duncan Zilke. Ball comes right off of the head of the stick last time, and it's two guys that have the same thing happen. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter and 2 missed opportunities on that possession by the Scots.
Yeah, you know, those unsettled situations present great opportunity and just not quick enough to get the shots off there. Parker shot, finds a trail check, ball goes wide, and Southlake will take over for the last 6 seconds here of the first quarter.
Looking for an opportunity there, and that ball goes out of bounds. We are tied at 1 apiece. It's playoff time here in the Park Cities for the Super Regionals. And this is the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break with them and return for the beginning of the second here on Game On Sports.
If you're looking for the definition of service, I'm sure Sewell's name is in the dictionary of service, and that's what I constantly see.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
It's not the politician that builds this country. It's the faith, fortitude, grit, and generosity of her people. The men and women who bravely defend her at home and abroad. The entrepreneurs who create the jobs and risk their capital to grow the world's largest economy. In short, it's we, the people. And 2024 is our year. Vista Bank. People first since 1912.
I love driving into the service bay, especially with the license plate recognition. They're prepared and they're anticipating my arrival. I know every step of the way someone's by my side, making sure that I feel comfortable and I have everything that I need. They make it so easy and convenient and just a part of your life. It's like their family. They want to take care of you. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Both teams make their way back onto the field for the beginning of the second quarter. Heckma Harrison alongside Ben Cook. And Ben, what a back and forth affair there in the first quarter. And finally, at the end of the first quarter, the Dragons find a way to hit pay dirt and tie things up here at 1.
Yeah, I mean, you know, two teams that know each other well, and, you know, a great shot by Bujal that goes away, hip side, high, difficult save, and we see Cooper Tilden win another faceoff. But, yeah, this is gonna be a battle. I mean, again, we talk about the winner-go-home mentality, both teams wanting to extend their run into the playoffs here to next weekend, and, you know, Southlake is a very capable team, so we've got our work cut out for us tonight, but some very capable players on our side as well.
Paxton Smith inside with the laser shot, and you know every time you leave him by himself, he's going to get into some trouble, and it's good trouble, and he's going to get a score, and that's exactly what Southlake did. They left number 21 by himself.
Yeah, he's a good 12 yards out, but if you're going to give him that shooting lane, he's going to take it all day long, and he's probably got the fastest shot on the team, and he just, man, sets his feet, a little bit of a hop there, full wind-up, and pay dirt finds the back of the net. Scots go up 2-1.
That's exactly the way they drew it up. 11:34. Doesn't take the Scots long to get on the board here in the second quarter. Procedure penalty. And the possession now goes to Southlake. Defense extending all the way out. Donovan Riley out on the perimeter. And a lot of pressure now on the Dragons. And this is, obviously we've seen defensively the Scots will change up their defense per possession after faceoffs.
Yeah, you want to keep the other side guessing, and Coach Pressler, obviously with the postseason play, is going to go to the bag of tricks, so to speak. But full pressure here, and denying really Southlake's effort to move the ball around the perimeter. We're sort of passing back and forth up top. Unlikely. Here we go behind.
So you're getting more of a man-on-man look here. Ben Owens running with his man. Great job backside. Number 10, Hudson Jones with the pickpocket. Pickpocket on the backside, and here we go as number 11, Keller Holmes with the clear.
Yeah, great job by the Scots to work it all the way down the field. And it's often said the ball's not cleared until it makes its way behind the goal. Scots will set up at X there with Duncan Zilke with a short stick matchup.
Now, one of the things I love when you see number 8 and number 19 behind the X, that vision is there. These guys always have their line of sight open to set shooters up in the right position. There's Paxton, double team coming immediately inside the crease. And that one does not hit the mark, but Paxton working his way down to the crease, threatening the Dragons' defense.
Yeah, if they're going to leave that lane open, he's going to take it as he did at that prior shot and goal. And Scott's, again, working it around, looking for either a shooting lane or passing lane here.
There it is, inside. Oh, that one rang. I'm telling you, you can hear that one ring in the pipes. That resets the shot clock for sure. Still playing fast here are the Scots. Back to Paxton Smith. The bouncer, 5-hole. Get some.
There we go. Paxton Smith, individuality is a strong point. We're going to match up pretty well against any team in the state. Paxton Smith, we look at the replay here, made that initial attempt to get to the cage, denied, and here with the second effort, a little overcommitment by the Southlake defender. We'll just turn the other way, spin and fire, and a great bounce shot. We could get into this over the course of the game, but some postseason accolades being handed out this week, and Paxton Smith is one of 5 players earning all-state honors. So he's showing us every bit of the reason why he is an all-state two-way midi. As we see a scrum for that ground ball.
A lot of this.
No one had possession, and they released, which
fire in the hole.
Oh, big long pull shot by Benton Owens, a great take. Oh, wow. That could be headhunting there, but no flags.
No flags called. No flags thrown. Is that the one on the far side? No. And a timeout called. I believe this is the first timeout call of the first half. Taken right here, and you see that shot by Benton Owens with the LPG, but a better block there, and a bit of headhunting happening out here at Highlander Stadium. They take a break for the timeout. We're going to do the same and be right back as play resumes here on Game On Sports.
Man, Southlake dodged it.
I drive a Sewell because it's a great product serviced by the best dealer I've ever run into.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
The service is tremendous. I will call my service representative and I'll just explain, hey man, I need a vehicle because I got to get service done, and they'll have a driver bring out a similar car to my sedan. It has gas in it. It has a toll tag in it. You don't get service like that. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Infinity locations.
Timeout called by Highland Park. Coach Pressler is probably saying, look, guys, they're headhunting. They're headhunting.
And there was an attempt to take somebody out there for sure. That was Brian Rapp, and he's the tough as nails football player. He's taken some hits. It looks like Southlake has moved into a zone formation.
Trying to work for the cutters, Callum, here on the near side.
We'll see some movement on the inside there as we see Harris Sands move out. Keep those heads moving.
Parker Addison standing on the doorstep. But they are collapsing that defense. Look at how far back they are. It's kind of muddying the water on those passing and shooting lanes. Oh! Wow. We are hanging Christmas ornaments.
Wow.
Whoa! Yo!
Man, I
21.
That is a right-handed high-to-high heater. And Paxton Smith now with 3 goals in the second quarter. All-state two-way midi junior Paxton Smith with some incredible shooting proficiency on display tonight, ECMA. Scott's lead 4-1 now.
Have I told you the story about queso?
I never get tired of hearing about queso.
I don't always order it, but when I do, it's top cheddar, baby. And Paxton Smith just brought the chips to the party.
He did, and Cooper Tilden with a make-it-take-it possession on that face-off win, and Scotts will set up for some 6-on-6, and Ben Boyer says, you know what, let's see what you got.
Boyer, and with the stick work, we've seen him take shots.
There it is. Oh, I would.
It was there. Coop elected to pull back, and like you said, the face-off personnel starts to run off. Substitutions made, but nope, number 33, Ben Boyer still on. Coming from the far side for Boyer is number 30, Hunt Henry. Cam Riley running around X. Back to Hunt Henry. Henry finds Parker Addison. Addison backs all the way up to the GLE. Now trying to find his way back around.
Parker Addison's shot goes high, out of bounds.
Yeah, good take coming up the hash, and hands are free. Just goes a little bit wide, and you know Parker, having been out for the last several games, maybe looking for an opportunity to refocus that radar on that shot.
That was a pass attempt to the teeth of that defense by Addison. It goes the other way, and for another timeout taken here, 6:17, and the Southlake Carroll Dragons will take a timeout. Things heating up here at Highlander Stadium. We'll be right back.
2024, the year you take the field as reigning state champions. Because of your hunger, sacrifice, and sheer tenacity. With each game, you pave the way on the road to repeat. Now's the time to make your move, Scots. And we know you will, because winners win. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Southlake calls a timeout, their first timeout of the half. Make their way back onto the field. This is 4-1, and obviously being ahead by 3 goals, Ben, we understand that no lead is safe in lacrosse, so we're not taking a victory lap at all here. But I want to see the Scots apply more pressure on defense.
Yeah, you want to see the intensity dialed up. This, again, it's postseason play, and, to an extent, everyone is coming into this tournament, this bracket, with a clean slate. Everyone's got a shot, and we're seeing that this weekend. Some great college matchups, some great upsets, and if you're not prepared, you'll pay the price. You got to give it all you got. So Scots so far doing a good job on defense.
Paxton Smith brought his A game today, working his way back inside, and that is a shot that whizzes past the ear of Jack Morris. 5:35, and the Dragons get another score here in the first half to bring it to within 2. Scots 4, Dragons 2. So back down at the face-off. 17, Cooper Tilden.
Those rebound situations are difficult, and it creates a bit of unsettled play and heads turn. And, Southlake fortunate to pick up that bounce off the carpet, and credit to that Southlake shooter. It was an excellent high shot. And they get a push call on Cooper Tilden, and Southlake will regain possession.
Push call on the other end. Now the Dragons with a possession on offense.
The Scots pressing out, trying to shut off adjacent passes.
Staying in that man-to-man. And applying a ton of pressure. That last one, like you said, just unsettled play right there defensively, and the rebound. The Dragons found a way to get to the middle of the teeth of the defense and get a shot to go in.
Yeah, those are almost like jump ball situations, and if you're in the right spot at the right time, it can be a fairly easy opportunity to put it in the goal, and that's what they did.
Ben Boyer running through the screen, double team coming there. You see these guys are lowering their shoulder, working their way back inside. That's Keller Holmes. Great job by Keller Holmes.
Yeah, protecting the interior there. Southlake has, in our last matchup, been able to penetrate that interior of the defense, and Scott's doing a good job at closing down on those passing and shooting opportunities.
The shorty matchup that they were looking for, and that's a shot attempt that goes. That's a shot attempt, and the possession is going to stay with the Dragons.
Down to 5 on the shot clock, so they're going to have to work quickly to.
They'll dump it.
They will not. For some reason, they got to drop the ball right there.
Oh, wow. We don't ever make that mistake. We will make you run to the far corner. We will make you run to the far corner.
Yep. And that is a lacrosse IQ issue and a missed opportunity to set up for that ride. But Scott's doing a good job moving the ball downfield.
Callum with the clear. Paxton Smith now setting up on offense. The defense for the Dragons collapsed. Brian Rapp in for the Scots.
And Brian Rapp getting behind at X, and he's got that short stick matchup and likely draw that quick slide. No.
The slight slide in the way. Paxton Smith, that one's a bit of a can opener there. Brings the stick up high. The ball comes off, and now another opportunity here for the Dragons. Pressure being applied on the ride. Brian Rapp.
Oh. Great defense. And we get another timeout from Southlake, sensing a bit of unsettled play. They want to think about it.
Well, they had a hard time on the clear. As you see Brian Rapp right here, boy, that is what you call exchanging a little bit of paint right there. That is a war wound and souvenir for sure. But they take a break. 2:57 left in the first half, and we'll be right back as play resumes here on Game On Sports.
It's not the politician that builds this country. It's the faith, fortitude, grit, and generosity of her people. The men and women who bravely defend her at home and abroad. The entrepreneurs who create the jobs and risk their capital to grow the world's largest economy. In short, it's we, the people. And 2024 is our year. Vista Bank. People first since 1912.
I love driving into the service bay, especially with the license plate recognition. They're prepared and they're anticipating my arrival. I know every step of the way someone's by my side, making sure that I feel comfortable and I have everything that I need. They make it so easy and convenient and just a part of your life. It's like their family. They want to take care of you. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
.257 left in the first half. Highland Park 4, Southlake 2. Heckma Harrison alongside Ben Cook for the Super Regionals THSLL playoffs. It is win or go home as the stands here at Highlander Stadium starting to fill. And there's a sense in the stadium, boy, just a little bit of nervousness.
Yeah, this will be a close game. There's no doubt. I mean, we've seen great shooting. The Scots, on average, keeping their opponent, to 4 or 5 goals over the course of the season. So, if we can hold Southlake to that level tonight, odds should be in our favor. But there are no gifts in the postseason.
Rex Duggan on the far side, being defended by Keller Holmes. Good switch from Keller to Harrison Cullum. Trying to work his way back to the crease and not allowing. Great job by Cullum. And a shot that goes across the mouth of the cage. Possession, though, will stay on this end. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Scott's doing a good job at pressing out, and Southlake thinks better of it to dump it and set up for the ride.
Minute 56 left in the first half. And I don't know about you, Ben, but a goal right now would set me right.
Yeah, with a minute and a half roughly left, it'd be good to see some momentum into halftime.
Parker Addison back in and bringing the defense all the way out. Jack McCullum with the pass to Paxton Smith. 45 seconds on the shot clock. With wind up there from Harrison Brown.
Yeah, not a terrible take, not really any defensive opposition there. Just high to high right to the keeper's stick. And now a minute left to go in the quarter.
It's Jackson Taylor in between the pipes for the Dragons and having a pretty solid half. It's number 21. As the pace slowed down a little bit here, as the game clock is the only clock that matters. 41 seconds left of the first half. Scots ahead by 2 scores. As Southlake now electing to drain a little bit more of the clock to hold for a last-second shot.
Yeah, number 25, Sam Sheehan for Southlake, a senior midfielder. He's all district honors, postseason honors, so he's a very capable player.
Trying to get it in Bushall's stick. He's standing behind X, but they are running out of time. Working inside, met by Benton Owens. And that is the end of the first half. Highland Park holds on defense to not allow a score to end the first half, but Highland Park 4, Southlake Carroll Dragons 2. Look, it's been a back and forth first half, but the Scots got their scores out. These guys are scoring in bunches, especially number 21, Paxton Smith, with 3 in the first half. But defensively, they've had to hold back the aggression and some of the momentum stilling for the Dragons in the first half.
Yeah, no doubt. Bashaw had a pretty nice goal, and credit to him for that shake and bake move and a left-handed shot from 12 yards out going hip high. And, that other goal that Southlake scored was on a rebound, and so kind of a 50-50 opportunity that they're able to capitalize on. But otherwise, the storyline for the Scots, as you said, is Paxton Smith with a hat trick in the second quarter. And, individual effort obviously is an advantage for the Scots with most of our players. Just some great individual athletic ability and lacrosse IQs and stick work. And I mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating. We've got 5 different players with all-state awards here. Ben Boyer, Harrison Wheeler, Parker Addison, Paxton Smith, and goalie John Allen, all earning all-state honors. And, all-district, Cooper Tilden, the face-off Hudson Jones, short stick defensive midi Jack McCallum, great two-way midfielder Keller Holmes, those gentlemen earning all-district honors, and Duncan Zilke getting honorable mention. So, individuality obviously is a strong point tonight for the Scots, but Paxton Smith doing a lot of work and giving the Scots the advantage here at halftime.
All the names that you just mentioned, very deserving of those all-state, all-district honors. 8 minutes, 54 seconds left in the half, and what we'll do is we will take a break with them as well and return as action commences here on Game On Sports.
If you're looking for the definition of service, I'm sure Sewell's name is in the dictionary of service, and that's what I constantly see.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
It's not the politician that builds this country. It's the faith, fortitude, grit, and generosity of her people. The men and women who bravely defend her at home and abroad. The entrepreneurs who create the jobs and risk their capital to grow the world's largest economy. In short, it's we, the people. And 2024 is our year. Vista Bank. People first since 1912.
I love driving into the service bay, especially with the license plate recognition. They're prepared and they're anticipating my arrival. I know every step of the way someone's by my side, making sure that I feel comfortable and I have everything that I need. They make it so easy and convenient and just a part of your life. It's like their family. They want to take care of you. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Imagine there's a better way to fly that's anything but ordinary, where crowds are a thing of the past and your schedule stays your own, where stress will vanish before your eyes. Because with us, your flight is a joyful part of your journey. We take you where you want to go with all the things you value most. So whoever you are, or whatever the reason, we're so glad you decided to depart from the ordinary.
2024, the year you take the field as reigning state champions. Because of your hunger, sacrifice, and sheer tenacity. With each game, you pave the way on the road to repeat. Now's the time to make your move, Scots. And we know you will, because winners win. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
I drive a Sewell because it's a great product serviced by the best dealer I've ever run into.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
The service is tremendous. I will call my service representative and I'll just explain, hey man, I need a vehicle because I got to get service done, and they'll have a driver bring out a similar car to my sedan. It has gas in it. It has a toll tag in it. You don't get service like that. I will always drive a Soul.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Infiniti locations.
It's not the politician that builds this country. It's the faith, fortitude, grit, and generosity of her people. The men and women who bravely defend her at home and abroad. The entrepreneurs who create the jobs and risk their capital to grow the world's largest economy. In short, it's we, the people. And 2024 is our year. Vista Bank. People first since 1912.
I love driving into the service bay, especially with the license plate recognition. They're prepared and they're anticipating my arrival. I know every step of the way someone's by my side, making sure that I feel comfortable and I have everything that I need. They make it so easy and convenient and just a part of your life. It's like their family. They want to take care of you. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Imagine there's a better way to fly. That's anything but ordinary. Where crowds are a thing of the past, and your schedule stays your own. Where stress will vanish before your eyes. Because with us, your flight is a joyful part of your journey. We take you where you want to go, with all the things you value most. So whoever you are, or whatever the reason, we're so glad you decided to depart from the ordinary.
2024, the year you take the field as reigning state champions. Because of your hunger, sacrifice, and sheer tenacity. With each game, you pave the way on the road to repeat. Now's the time to make your move, Scots. And we know you will, because winners win. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
I drive a Sewell because it's a great product serviced by the best dealer I've ever run into.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
The service is tremendous. I will call my service representative and I'll just explain, hey man, I need a vehicle because I got to get service done, and they'll have a driver bring out a similar car to my sedan. It has gas in it. It has a toll tag in it. You don't get service like that. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Infiniti locations.
You running both these cameras? You doing both? You all right? You good, man? How you doing? Good, good. All righty. Your shots are really good, Chris. You're doing a good job. Most of my screen recordings I know are from your camera.
Those are our highlights from the first half. As you see, number 21, Paxton Smith, with 3 goals there in the first half, and also number 28, Harrison Brown, who had the first goal. And the stands here at Highlander Stadium, everyone with the anticipation for next weekend's matchup. Obviously, you got to take care of business here. You're only up by 2. but there are bigger games looming.
Yeah, 24 minutes to play, but there's obviously a desire to get to the road to repeat destination, which is down in Magnolia next weekend. And should the Scots win tonight, they would face ESD in a rematch from last week's game next Saturday at noon down in Magnolia. And then, of course, depending on the outcome there, the final would be on Sunday. I did not see who won the Westlake Cy Woods game. I'm going to assume that Westlake won, which will mean that the second game on Saturday afternoon will be between the Woodlands and Westlake.
Plenty of incredible games next weekend.
Yeah, as we see Cooper Tilden ready to face off here, he is 4 of 7 in the first half, so a bit over 50%. And looks like Neil Shinoy is going to take this face-off off. Cooper Tilden with the win.
And how many times have we seen in those extra possessions by Cooper Tilden, the Scots have success because number 17 is winning at the face-off. But that one was short-lived as the Dragons go the other way. Again, Scots ahead by 2 scores.
You know, as you get to the postseason, the ability to eliminate unforced errors becomes critical. And, you know, those are the type of plays that, you know, obviously you look at tape and you think to yourself, gosh, you know, should have been more cautious. But those can be very costly, and, you know, you just hope that Scots sort of slow it down and act with a bit of patience in those sort of circumstances.
Yeah, and for any coach, and Ben, that's what you sound like. You sound like a coach because you're chasing perfection with every outing, and you want to be crisp. In situations like that, you're absolutely right. You come up against a better team, they will make you pay for those mistakes, and that's where the costly comes in. And probably one of the things that for Coach Mike Pressler, as a coach, he is continuously driving the result of trying to be more perfect and secure passes.
Yeah, good effort, by the Scots to push it across the field, which will draw the over and back violation, returning possession to the Scots.
Harrison Wheeler forcing the turnover as he runs off. Number 21, Paxton Smith, is running on.
Yeah, great defensive effort by Harrison to regain possession for the Scots, and I'd like to see again, this offensive rhythm, which we didn't see last week. I want to see that sort of gel and come into view here. Seeing great individual play and some good ball movement.
We love to see it. Harrison Brown, Duncan Zilke back in the middle of that alley. That's who I need to see. Number 19. I need to see it. I mean, you've seen him, man. You know when this guy is clicking and he is in those passing lanes, shooting lanes. As you see him set a screen right there behind X. But getting back topside, working his way inside. That ball comes off of the head of his stick, and that one's going to roll right to number 21, Jackson Taylor. It doesn't get any easier than that for the freshman.
Yeah, making an effort to the goal. Obviously, the inside roll and then a slide prohibits him from getting his hands free. And we see another errant pass by Southlake. And
chasing down that loose ball. They finally get an opportunity. Ball goes out of bounds off of Keller Holmes. Possession going to stay on this end for the Dragons. 8:59 here in the third quarter. This is the THSLL Super Regionals. Here on Game On Sports, this is win or go home. As I'm sure you can remember in Rocky, there is no tomorrow.
That's right. You've got to deliver.
Southlake taking their time now on offense. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Ben Owens defending behind the X. Great job running the man around the crease. Slide coming.
Oh, great trail check there.
Needed it. Johnny on the spot right there. Bushaw with the push. No penalty comes out there. Duncan Zilke on the other side. Hands free. Inside with the score.
Wow. That's great lacrosse, Heckma, and that's what we're talking about, capitalizing on unsettled play, and just a great heads-up opportunity initiated by that trail check down in front of the Scots goal. Donovan Riley dislodging that ball from the Southlake player and ultimately makes his way down to Harris Sands. Duncan Zilke with the assist there, so he is now part of the scoring offensive here for the Scots tonight. A great unsettled play goal by the Scots.
Great vision there by number 19, Duncan Zilke, getting the pass in, and just a flick of the wrist from Duncan Zilke into Harris Sands, shooting into an empty net. Here we are back down at the X, number 17, trying to work another victory, and he comes away with a great job there by Cooper Tilden.
Yeah, great win. Jack McCallum able to pick the ball up off the carpet. Scots will likely take a moment to reset here as offensive personnel come into the Southlake territory.
Got to feel good now. Again, opening things up here in the third quarter. Another score for the Scots. Last time these two teams played here at Highlander Stadium, Highland Park won 11-6, but at halftime was only ahead by a score. Who wants it? Finally, Parker Addison behind X, looking to facilitate the assist on the crease. And guys are quite honestly shooting before they have secured the ball on the head of their stick. Harris Sands still working from behind X. We're working with 10 seconds here. Great jab step and bouncer. The setup was for real from Paxton Smith.
Yeah, great ball movement back to Parker Addison. We look at the replay here, and, man, sensing an overcommitment by the short stick defender for Southlake, Paxton just sidesteps his opponent.
He knows more. Paxton Smith with the Euro. That's what that was. He hit it with a Euro step inside, foot outside of the crease with the bouncer. Timeout called on the field. The Scots at 6:40 go ahead by 4 scores. They take a break. We will as well. We'll be right back as play resumes.
2024, the year you take the field as reigning state champions. Because of your hunger, sacrifice, and sheer tenacity. With each game, you pave the way on the road to repeat. Now's the time to make your move, Scots. And we know you will, because winners win. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Both teams making their way back onto the field. Highland Park putting their foot on the gas here in the second half. Quick scores, 6:40 on the clock here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Cooper Tilden facing against Tyler Williams. Looks like we'll get a procedure call. Southlake will take over.
These are two teams that are very familiar with each other. You always talk about the players, these guys that play club level together and travel together as well. So the familiarity is there.
Oh, it definitely is, and fueling the desire to get the better of one another. It certainly ramps the intensity level.
Spin move coming back, trying to make his way back inside. That's just good footwork as Harrison Wheeler stays on number 22, Christian Caniglio.
They're forcing an errant pass.
Trying to get it across. Nope. Over and back. Hudson Jones puts on the Jets. Right side up. Does he lose his stick at the same time? This is what we've been looking for.
And we got it.
The store is back open. PA all day from the outside.
You know, that first goal coming out of an injury, several games out. Parker Addison, great shot there offside to the keeper. And, man, that's got to feel good with the shake of the head and a big smile for Parker. Scott's now up by a score of 7-2. And, man, it's a great confidence builder for Parker. Great to see.
Like I said, the store has been closed for maintenance the last couple of weeks, and it's good to have things back open now. As Parker Addison, like you said, that has got to be a feel-good shot for number 8. Donovan Riley with the long stick. Running off as substitutions being made. .507, Scott 7, Southlake 2. Harrison Brown in between the hash and numbers. Duncan Zilke with the assist and score earlier, but no scores for number 19.
I like to see the ball movement. It's moving well.
Harris Sands inside, and that scores. That's not a mom goal. I saw that one. That's not a mom goal. That's the score.
No, that's a great shot, and we know that Harris has a super hard shot. He is a big physical kid and just gets his hands free, winds up, catches a 5-hole, it looks like there.
How did he get that with a stick?
And, 7-8 yards out and just beats the Southlake keeper to the goal. Jackson Taylor not quick enough to clamp down on that one. Scots go up 8-2.
4:43, third quarter. Scots on a roll, hitting the mark on the last couple of offensive possessions. Will Cooper Tilden call his own number.
Oh,
he did, and that one bounces into the neighborhood.
That was a great take. He had the lane, and he had a step on his defender, and a great opportunity as we see some new personnel come into the game. Brandon Lilly in for the Scots. Carter Sutton will take the ball behind the goal at X.
Sutton with the spin move, slide coming for the Dragons. Lilly back to Harris Sands. Harris Sands goes for it again. He missed it by an inch.
Yeah, we had a great angle on that one, and he did. That was just a bit off the mark. But very clearly an open lane to the goal for sure.
Duncan Zilke working from behind X. Trying to get back topside, loses a man. The slide is coming. Oh. And, oh, man, you can tell number 19 is pressing for it. He wants it.
Yeah, he makes a great stick fake, and the Southlake defender bites, and he gets inside, but just goes a little high on that shot. Great effort.
Right there into the net for Jackson Taylor. Parker Addison with his signature move. But even better save there on this side by Southlake Carroll's goalie. As they work to clear. Dragons 3:18 left here in the third quarter. Down by 6.
Yeah, Scott's really opening it up here in the third quarter, and they're going to have to keep the pressure on, obviously, on defense. We see.
And that's a nice call, partner, because that's exactly what they did. Hudson Jones on the move, pass out.
Duncan, I'm laughing because that was his eyes were big, and Duncan wants to find the back of the net. I know that feeling, and That was a great take, and the Scots are there to back it up to extend the possession. But maybe taking another step, giving a better angle.
Come on, take a deep breath, 19. Because you said it, you could just feel it.
Yeah.
He is all by himself with an opportunity there, and eyes like saucers, and overshot the mark.
Oh,
pass
great look.
Inside.
Oh, great save.
Jackson Taylor, I tell you what, man, in that close, and he does a wonderful job with Duncan Zilke point-blank range with the shot. And Duncan took his time.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't force the shot.
No, he did a great job, and great job by the Scots offense to get the heads moving and spinning there. And that's, as we've said, that's Mr. Monero, who is all of 6'3" and 200-plus pounds. With an errant pass, deflection off the Scots. Southlake will take over.
1:47 here in the third quarter. Another whistle.
Yeah, moving pick on Southlake, and Scots will take over.
A little bit of pressure being applied here by the Dragons on the ride.
A great look across field to Carter Sutton, who's wide open, and another successful clear for the Scots.
Working it back inside, and PA all day. The store's been closed for maintenance, but we're open again.
He is back, second goal of the night for Parker Addison, and great discipline here. Scots have got, heads turned, and Southlake trying to get back inside, but just can't contain Parker Addison. We'll take another look at it here. That low bouncer, low and away, and great shot for him. And again, another confidence builder coming off that injury.
Boy, have you missed that stick. You have missed that stick right there. Parker Addison, man, is, smooth operator, great shot, 2 goals here today. But, man, it's got to feel good to have number 8 back in rotation.
Absolutely. Great to have him back. And an errant pass. The Scots putting pressure after that face-off loss, forcing that long pass across the field, and they'll take over. Southlake quickly trying to get defensive personnel back into the area of play.
See him rattled there.
Under a minute left to go here in the third quarter.
Let's see if Coach Pressler holds for the final shot. Shot clock does not matter. 40 seconds as number 40, Carter Sutton, is holding the ball and in the end zone. Highland Park will elect to hold for the final shot of the third quarter. Sutton coming from behind X. He's seeing the slide coming immediately, looking for a cutter. Parker Addison with the move, trying to find his way back top side.
Heads are turned here, 5 seconds.
Cam Riley looking for an opening. And that is a missed opportunity. Better defense there from Southlake. End of the third quarter. Highland Park 9, Southlake 2. That's the end of the third quarter. Teams take a break for the end of the third. We will come right back for the beginning of the fourth and final quarter of the Super Regionals here on Game On Sports.
If you're looking for the definition of service, I'm sure Sewell's name is in the dictionary of service, and that's what I constantly see.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
It's not the politician that builds this country. It's the faith, fortitude, grit, and generosity of her people. The men and women who bravely defend her at home and abroad. The entrepreneurs who create the jobs and risk their capital to grow the world's largest economy. In short, it's we, the people. And 2024 is our year. Vista Bank. People first, since 1912.
They'll face Alamo Heights tomorrow, with the winner advancing to the semifinals and the Eastern area next weekend.
Fourth quarter set to begin here on Game On Sports. Heckma Harrison alongside Ben Cook. And Ben, going into halftime, I wouldn't say we were a little hesitant or nervous about the way that the team was playing, but you just wanted them to exact more of their dominance over a team that that they've beaten before and they're better than. But you saw it there in the third quarter in their execution.
Yeah, you really did. I mean, a combination of good 6-on-6 offense and individual effort serving as a catalyst to, get some great shots off. And, obviously Harris Sands with athleticism and a big, strong wind-up shot. Paxton Smith, again, adding to his goal totals. Harris Sands with 2 goals in the third quarter, and Parker Addison with 2. So, just a great distribution of scoring by some great individual players. And I think the explosiveness, capitalizing on unsettled situations is something you want to see. It's a big part of the game of lacrosse. We see Ben Boyer take a shot, goes a bit high.
Ben Boyer working his way back inside, all by himself, overshot the mark. But that first half, that third quarter, again, just seeing these guys be a lot more crisp in their passing and take advantage of the opportunities presented to them by the Dragons. They caught the Dragons ball watching a few times there and made them pay.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the name of the game. You want motion. You want to create, some deception potentially and opportunities to open up shooting lanes, and we saw that. And great individual shooting. I mean, that's ultimately what makes the difference.
Callum on the far side, GLE, working back around the Duncan Zilke screen. Top side, he finds himself Parker Addison standing right on the porch, just not able to clock it in. 15 seconds now on the shot clock.
Yeah, Jack McCallum lost a boot. I think that's happened one time before this season, so we need to work on getting Jack some new shoelaces, I think.
Oh, man. Duncan Zilke trying to get back topside, splitting defenders, and just elects to dump it out to the far side.
Yeah, good to see the Scots playing, even with, a 7-goal lead here in the fourth quarter, a sense of urgency. And, we're seeing quickness to get out of the
pressure on the ride, and my goodness.
Yeah, Bashal trying to capitalize on the open goal situation with a 10-man ride, and Scott's able to.
I guess that is what's so dangerous about that 10-man ride. You leave the gate open, and Jack Morris, I don't know if you saw him, but that was the dive of the century there by number 32.
Yeah, he did a great job getting back into the cage. The shot goes a bit wide, but you do have to scramble when that shot comes.
Running around X, being defended by number 22, Harrison Wheeler. Trying to find the cutter in the crease, and they finally get the ball outside for the score. Jack Morris called out of position on that initial shot, as we've seen sometimes on those rebounds, as you said before, just right place, right time. They catch us out of position, and another score for Southlake. 9:54, Scots 9, Southlake 3.
Yeah, credit to Southlake. I mean, they obviously moving the ball quickly and realized that the Scots' heads are turned, and that great skip pass all the way across the goal area finds a wide-open shooter, and they capitalize. So, good lacrosse.
Cooper Tilden down at the X's. They hustle for the loose possession. Someone wants it. The Scots do. Ben Boyer comes away with the possession for the Scots. Parker Addison working outside, and a pass to number 40, Carter Sutton. 9:31 left here in the fourth quarter. Again, this is in lacrosse, no lead is safe. Anything can happen within 9 minutes. So don't want to look too far ahead, but I tell you what, there's some guys that I'm sure HP wants to see.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sutton with the spin move, slide coming.
I'll keep it moving.
Cam Riley on the outside.
It is.
Great pass back to Sutton.
There it is.
Beautiful lacrosse from number 40. Big 40. Carter Sutton with the score.
Yeah, sophomore midfielder Carter Sutton works to his left and splits back to the right, and hands free, unopposed, stick side low, and 12 yards out, no problem for Carter Sutton. He's got a great shot. Just need to put it on target. That time he did, and Scots extend their lead now 10-3.
You're talking specifically about motion there and keeping the ball in rotation. But they do a good job of bringing it back to the other side. They were moving it counterclockwise, but getting it back to Carter Sutton, who gets to the middle of that alley and gets a great shot off.
Yeah, doing a great job. And Southlake doing a variety of things to try to move the face-off in their favor. That time putting a long pole on the face-off. Ball squared out of bounds. Last touch by Highland Park. That'll go possession arrow back to Southlake.
Southlake trying to work their way back into the teeth of the Scots defense, down by 7. Harrison Cullum, number 14, defending. They got the shorty-on-shorty matchup. See if they elect to stay with number 25 as he passes Sam.
Now, Cullum doing a great job to deny any kind of feed inside or shot. It's clear that that short stick matchup is something the Southlake midfielder was seeking, and Harrison Cullum doing a great job this year at short stick defensive midi.
Yeah, Sheehan was definitely hesitant to pass out of that matchup, but a better job of just keeping his feet moving for number 10. 7:56 left in the fourth quarter. Max Bushaw being defended by number 11, Keller Holmes. Keller Holmes just keeps his feet moving. Great job. And boy, Harrison. That's Harrison Wheeler trailing there on defense, but a score by the Dragons. 7:40. Highland Park 10, Southlake 4.
Yeah, nice shot. We probably won't take a look at the replay here, but good effort to win the foot race, hands-free, low shot. Difficult one for Jack Morris to clean up there. And Southlake will add to their tally now 10-4. And we see Southlake using a long stick to face off against Cooper Tilden.
For sure, different changes at that face-off.
And that's why you do it. If you're going to lose possession, you might as well have a long pull there to play defense, and that's what they did, able to dislodge the ball and regain another possession.
Better late than never. Want to give credit to the officials for tonight's game, and that's Edward Carr, Lawrence Johnston, and Donovan Stamps. Been doing a great job out here, and I'm sure even Ben Cook will agree with that. And that's a hard sell, ladies and gentlemen.
My bar is very high. My bar is very high when it comes to officiating. In the postseason, they do actually have another, as we see the Scots disrupt an attempt to pass the ball inside, and then Boyer, Jack McCallum getting a hit and a wrap check there. And he's
McCallum
off
by himself. Great pass.
Ooh, great shot there by Duncan Zilke. And the keeper is well away from his crease.
They finally worked the clear.
Yeah, in the I was going to say, the postseason play, you actually have a fourth field official, and that official will sit at the box to ensure that substitutions are appropriately handled by both sides. Also communicate with the scoring table on penalties and any matters that need the official word. So a very thorough job done by the THSLL in the postseason. It's good to see.
Great defense on the near side here by the far side by the Scots, and they are on the fast break.
Yeah, we got numbers here, and a great pass over to Harris Sands across the middle. Scott's fortunate enough to pick up the loose change. Parker Addison will retain possession. But, a fairly clean game tonight, Heckma. I think both sides, focusing on the finesse aspects of the game. We have seen some big hits, some attempts at some big hits, but all in all, a fairly clean game. Very few penalties called tonight.
Well, setting the tone defensively early, I believe that was just the number one objection of this game, was just to come in and be as physical as they possibly could be. They set the tone. I love that portion of it, and also just attacking each and every ground ball. But offensively, man, things are you see how things are clicking. Once number 8, Parker Addison, got into a little bit of a rhythm, but the passes and transition, I think, started to get a lot smoother as this game went along.
Yeah, pace of play for the Scots tonight, much different than what we saw against ESD. I think a sense of urgency. We'll see Parker dump it into the far corner, the near corner to us. As the Scots set up again on the ride. But, yeah, penalties are a mistake, and they give your opponent an advantage. And, in the postseason, as we said, you do not want to create situations where
Oh, get a hold. Wow. I'm sure Parker Addison will disagree with that call, but either way, going the other way.
Yeah, look at the replay there. He might have been on his back there as he tried to get up, and that's subject to interpretation, I suppose, but more than likely a bit of a penalty.
A compliment of the officials, very tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Max Bushaw working behind X.
Yeah, Bushaw doing a great job trying to shake Harrison Cullum. Interesting backstory between those two players. They play together on the same travel team, so they know each other well. And I'm sure that's not the first time they've matched up in a practice or game type setting. So good to see Harrison Cullum putting the pressure on there.
3:23 left here in the fourth quarter. And if you have been following the weather in the DFW Metroplex, you know that this game there is some inclement weather coming our way this evening. But, boy, really happy to see that the weather has held off to allow this playoff game to be played here on a Saturday.
Yeah, beautiful night tonight, and as always, we get our $1 million view from up here, Heckma.
Oh, man.
The Bank of America building is in red tonight.
Yeah, this is always bittersweet for me.
Yeah.
It is. It's bittersweet. I don't get a chance to see. I don't get this view until next year around this time. So.
Yeah, well, it's bittersweet for me, too. I've enjoyed calling these games with you and being a part of the broadcast group here at Game On. I mean, it's my first season doing this, and I know we have folks listening in. I've been told tonight we've got folks in California and Arizona and Florida, and maybe even some folks overseas or outside the country that are watching online. And it's been a lot of fun, a joy to call these games. I had a great time, even though you weren't there in Florida for spring break. Craig Jones and I had a great time doing the games, and I just hope they invite me back, Heckma.
I hope they do too. And the thing is that, you were definitely a pro. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you tell me that you didn't have any broadcast experience. I don't believe that. So it's Parker Addison working inside, and the slide comes in with a little bit of defense. But this has been one heck of a season. The road to repeat, and seeing these guys continuously battle towards that perfection, and the Torrey Pines that came into the stadium, and so many different games that we called this year. And the going theme has been the execution and effort by these guys. You're going to get that each and every game. And next weekend shouldn't be anything less than exciting to see Highland Park go up against ESD. And it seems like these two teams find a way to eliminate each other from the playoffs each and every year. And it only makes sense. I said it to you last Thursday. I said these guys will face each other again. Don't even worry about it.
You were absolutely right. And and you think about all the games we've called this season. I mean, the Culver game, obviously the athleticism of Culver and
the size.
I mean, the shooting ability of Landon, those guys, their ability to shoot from the top of the key and making life difficult for us. The come from behind wins against Severn, the come from behind win, against Jesuit, and coming up one short last week against ESD, and we talk about losing a game down towards the stretch here. There's some benefit to some of that, and I think we've seen some of that tonight. I mean, a refocused level of intensity by the offense here, explosive scoring potential. We got some guys back that have been injured, so. A great night for the Scots and feeling like, not to jinx us here, but, a really strong showing from the Scots tonight and a great way to head down to Houston next weekend.
I got to ask you this, Ben. Last season, the Scots were the hunters. They had the look of a team that had been shut out of THSLL state titles, and they were in hunt mode. They go in. They win an overtime game against ESD as that's your final. Highland Park 10, Southlake 4. But you go in and you get that win, an emphatic, historic win. I mean, an epic win, an instant classic win versus ESD. And then you wrap that up with a state title. This year, the bullseye is planted firmly on your back, and everybody is gunning for you.
Yeah, no doubt. Every week, every team you play is gunning for you, and maybe during the postseason even more so, right? I mean, it's win or go home. So, it's going to be a challenge, no doubt. But as we know, Coach Pressler has spent a great deal of time with these boys and with the opponents that he's scheduled over the course of the season, and the challenges they've faced with injuries here over the last couple months, this is, or the last, call it 4-6 weeks, this is building into a mindset that the Scots, they need to earn every win. And, you may have a target on your back. You may be the favorite, the number one seed. But if you have that mindset of needing to earn every win and every game being different, the leadership that comes from the seniors, the resolve to push through those injuries, I think that's the battle that we're up against next week, and I suspect the boys are going to be buying in wholesale to the idea that you want to be there on Sunday hoisting the cup. That's the goal, and man, what a great way to finish the run here with the Scots at home with this first round victory in a defining fashion, in my opinion. As we look at some of the shooting and scoring replays here, just again, I think the explosiveness and the ability to capitalize on unsettled play is really the difference maker in the third quarter. Great shooting. Parker Addison, Harris Sands, Paxton Smith with 4 goals tonight. Those. The other thing to be mentioned here is that a lot of the scoring and the success we've enjoyed this season has been a function of very strong performances by us, juniors and guys that are going to be coming back next year. So, not just a great season run this year, but you look down the road next year, a great opportunity for the Scots to continue another strong run.
Give me those names on All-State and All-District.
Yeah, let's run those down again. So Highland Park All-State postseason awards, Ben Boyer, Harrison Wheeler, Parker Addison, Paxton Smith. Those are all juniors that are all-state players. John Allen, of course, in goal. He was out tonight, but he also won all-state honors. All-district honors for Cooper Tilden at the face-off X, Hudson Jones at short stick defensive midi, Jack McCallum, great two-way midfielder, and Keller Holmes, really the anchor of our defense, earning all-district honors. And to round that out, Duncan Zilke earning honorable mention all-district honors as well. So a lot of accolades here earned, and rightfully so, by a good number, disproportionate number relative to other teams for sure, of Scott's players for, again, postseason accolades.
Before we get out of here, I want to make sure that I give a special shout out to all of the guys that have been a part of the season here for Highland Park and at Highlander Stadium. All the guys that have been down on the truck, the camera guys, sound guys, everyone that has helped make this what it has been. To Trevor Van Dam, my producer, thanking him for a great season here at Highland Park. And the one and only Fred Gardner, who is not here tonight with a tuxedo on. Maybe he came in late, but that is Fred Gardner for you. He will do that. he will enter. But all of the guys at the Championship Club, all the dads that make this possible. For the one and only Ben Cook, thank you for riding with me all season, partner. I have appreciated it. And for the greatest view in all of Dallas, Texas, right in front of me, this is the most bittersweet moment of my life when I sign out for the last time at Highlander Stadium. But I want to thank everybody for making this season as magical as it has been. But we don't stop now, because we have more business to handle to be the reigning, defending THSLL state champions for 2024. I'm Heckman Harrison, the voice of the Highland Park Scots, signing out from Highland Park State, from Highlander Stadium. So long, God bless, and good night.